Good evening, everybody. I'm trestwho, and I'm here alone this time. But I am here. Hi, hello, everybody. So, last time we had some heavy storm around my area, and suddenly our troops were flying off. There was no electricity or internet, so I had to save everything. Suddenly I couldn't do anything. But here we are, continuing Hunters of Justice. The team has found out that there is some kind of alien creature being transported to the Blood Cathedral. They don't know everything about it. They still have only kept a note that will say some information about the creature. And we have some remnants in there as well who they can ask. So let's see. This chapter is gonna be long as well, so I assume we are not gonna do it in one go. But we will see how far we can go. We don't need this much space though. And I'm pretty sure we don't need that here yet. There we go. Chapter 15. Sam Place. It was the morning of the showdown in the north, and the teenage heroes sat assembled once again inside the conference room, looking over the gathered evidence in a fine-tuned comb. The team was built in the holographic projector that constructed a recreation of the Nokian, showing everything that occurred from all possible angles. Every hero, villain, and more was displayed in case detail. For the 8 Hamletians, however, they were focused on one and only one thing. Say it again! To be honest, hang in the windowless cage. Victor probably complied, reminding the footage when the object first appeared. He showed a nervous and for some outside terrified expression of the mercenaries. How they all kept their weapons ready to fire and move unnoticed. How the creature inside the cage appeared to respond to such fear. When they began to roam the dark, we couldn't tell, but we should her eyes toward a still tired looking haven before focusing. When the reconnaissance mercenaries fired their weapons, Rumi and her teammates focused on the cage, trying to ascertain what was inside. All they could see was a massive pitch black flash with more white claws and her knife peering out of the outside world. A proud closed white eye, a white face. Which only deepened when the firing stopped and black smoke billowed out of the ruined cage. Yeah, they can ascertain that this is a grim indeed. Victor paused the recording and turned to young Remnantian, a worried look on his face. Well, he asked, what do you think? James Ruby and Juniper looked among themselves and then back at the Titan, and the activated television monitor. They saw Batman's face looking at them with stoic concern, yet also expectant. Finally, after a moment, White sighed and leaned forward across the table. Let's start from the beginning, he said. This creature of blood had imported was likely not alive. There was no heat signature, no heat signatures, no heartbeat, nothing but a black void. Victor, if you please. Victor nodded, and adjusted the display, showcasing the cage only. I continued for a while. The cage itself was heavily is written, meaning we can tell exactly what it is to see that. Gibson revealed that the creature was black and white in color, with red eyes. Raven told a sky that is no higher brain function, in a desire to destroy everything around itself. The parent inherited solely to intense negative emotions, instead of Durkian. Upon that, disintegrating smoke, leaving no trace of its existence, other than the archival footage. Composed, deep in thought, after a month and mass program. Your thoughts. Open to the mass before looking back at the detective. There is 3 options. 1 is a menu by weapon, 2 is a name of some sort, or 3 over to get another mass that's in the face. Or 3 is a gem. Homie could feel the army shine out of the room. The tension was palpable. All the program was Nick started to speak. How certain? Yes. Almost 100%. It fits all the criteria. Rapid decomposition into smoke upon that. Highly aggressive and attractive. Mac and more wide physical appearance and lower capacity for load. Here are total. If it's anything but a game, I would be surprised. Wait! Garfield interjected, holding his hand up slightly. Game are native to us, and the only one that ever gotten here was destroyed by the Justice League, and you guys are a metaphor, right? Right? No, we don't know that. Or they don't know. Everyone looked at Batman, who was having his chin as he told over the implications. It's possible that in the chaos and confusion, a few samples might have been misplaced or missed entirely. Just a few samples of star, we must have allowed more to spawn. Well, became civilization ending test microgram not? Yes, and showed nothing. From what I remember in history class, nearly half of our civilization we have not history was destroyed by him. The other half was destroyed by Maniac and also the humans themselves. We modeled everything on keeping them back. Wars, military intelligence, weapons, and even agriculture and trade. As much as we hated it, our society evolved around the game. And yet, despite all of that, we know next to nothing about them, was clarified. There were no scientific explanations toward their origin. The most we could figure out was their behavior, and that, as metaphor showed, come from the North Pole of Thor. We didn't even know about that last part until metaphor. That's not the most pressing issue, like Ellen, pointing to the cage. The cage tells me assuming it's a game, and we all expect, it was captured almost immediately after its spawn. Otherwise, it was a cage itself. It must be making in multiple shipments, that can only mean they are being manufactured? Maybe suggested, and they nodded. Crowning, everyone wrote all fingers together by resting your elbows on the table. That could explain why blood was buying it. Someone, somehow, managed to grab a hold of samples from multiples, and it has been able to manufacture them and sell them. I can think of a lot of people who can use such a terrible weapon. Rosa Ghoul and the League of Shadows immediately sprang to both Nick Grayson and Batman's mind, but they refused themselves on who would be responsible for making the game in the first place. Luthor. It has to be. It's suggestion. He is the only one crazy enough to consider it. It has the resources to even attempt it successfully. As much as I hate to admit it, that because Luthor is many things, but he is not crazy. Everything he does is for a reason. Often Sam and the Batman. This has his fingerprints written all over it. I will notify the rest of the league immediately, to know how I learned and monitor the next crop more closely. In the meantime, how close are you to deciphering the database? You recovered. It's a few hours, Batman, Victoria read. There's a lot of stuff in here, stuff that can put a lot of very bad people away for a very long time. And not just blood. I'm talking spoilers, carters, illegal arms dealers, even traffickers. The white pottery is just one part of multinational smuggling, and it's connected to all of them. That is the only reason why we are jumping in right now. I assume you were taking the necessary precaution. The man asked. The man that such a detailed shipping manifest was found in the white pottery was an immediate cause for concern. I raised somebody else's flag, and it was almost comical. For his part, Victor looked almost offended that the question even had to be asked. It's been adjusted to a server outside for the decryption. It won't even connect to the server or any other system until it's verified and secure from antiviruses using the best antivirus software I can make. As Madeline, I will miss everything as you with the decryption. In the meantime, continue to monitor blood. As soon as you have everything, take him down. I get to work setting up surveillance on Luthor. But out. They are here alone, and the dark night side of. I want to release the rest that they didn't know they were holding, but they look back at each other. So, what happens now? I guess coming to her hand across the record. As soon as I say it's going, and Charles stays in. He does, and stop him here and now. We do that, and we will not only be charging him blind, we will run the risk of tipping off his entire network, and we are onto them. And that we are onto them. You are more than we have already done. He pointed out, and that's ignoring the potential of civilians getting caught in the crossfire. As much as I agree with you, if we wait just a few hours, we can do yet a lot more. Every hour we wait is an hour for things to go around the world, Joe said. The safer option is to go in. Besides, if not as smart as you say he is, he likely already figured out that we are onto him. Waiting now is giving him more time to escape, or worse. He calmed and nodded. Truth to be told, he agreed with what Joel and Yang were saying. The final course of action was highly risky, almost stupidly so. He's half a mind to just drop everything and charge straight in, then the consequences. But at the same time, he remembered times when he and others did just that, try and stop something or rescue someone they cared about. It almost played straight into the villain's hands. He said to himself. Then doing just that, turned into a trap by the Joker, and beat them to death with the crowbar. Sure, he was alive now, but it was thanks to the leap in the Lotter's pit. There was no guarantee of that happening to them. You accepted that waiting will allow us to get more, right? Ruby said yes. This new Mega Man Ruby is like surprise and delay. Almost as certain as you guys are of that being a gem, he answered. From home contemplatively at his answer, nodding to a thought before standing up. He looked at the holographic table display before turning around to address all three teams. Right now, our biggest concern should be getting people out of danger, regardless of whether we can finish deciphering the data in time. A fight then goes down, and I'm comfortable waiting more than a few hours. How soon we can get the immediate area around the church evacuated, without tipping blood off? I can get in touch with the GPD and City Hall to get them all rolling, Victor responded. Last time they did something like this, for For us, took about 6 hours. Competent and harmed and etc. But rubbing her fingers across her chin in thought. And how long will it take for the Taliban to be fully decrypted? At most, 10. Can be found. It would be far too long for her liking. And based on the rest of the materials, thought that he found the same way. He stood up, checked out, and began to scream. Then, here's what I suggest. We notify the GPD to issue an escape evacuation. One that is not, even if the data is not fully encrypted, we move in and bring Mother Blood to justice and kill any game we find. The Lord told it over for a few moments, then noted. It would be a lot more comfortable fighting in the city, knowing everyone of our ass was safe, we admitted. Some of my most, the creature weird and my next invasion. Nothing she needed right now was innocent people getting injured, but they could prevent it. I sent the word, he said. Then the GPD to evacuate everyone within 10 blocks of blood zone. While we wait, we will continue as planned. Then, when everything is ready, we can kill that. Yeah. Mr. Blood, I want to thank you for having me on such a short notice. Louis Lane began as secretary from Sebastian Blood. Please, Miss Lane. For me, Sebastian. Mr. Blood was my father, and his father before him. Because he was amused with himself. You get the idea. Yes, I am old again, because last time I tried to do it, there was a huge storm and I couldn't do it. I mean, it's 4 AM there, but it is 6 PM here. Is Sebastian part of the limitation as well? You are very astute, Miss Lane. May I call you Louis? Miss Lane will be fine, thank you. Louis replied, while boring into Mother Blood. His face was calm, amused and jovial without scare in the world. It was like he didn't even care why they were having this hesitant thrown together interview in the first place. A shame. I always prefer a person to give a name. Makes a more powerful connection between people, in my opinion. But I can understand why a reporter of your caliber would prefer a more professional distance. Louis saw in the meaning behind this photo instantly. Regretting attempt to engage the interviewer with interviewee. Getting a better light on himself in the process. But the man had tried, and Louis had to stop herself from rolling her eyes. No, he is not here at the moment. I'm alone with you. Because it's me. We are not here to talk about my connection with people. But Christian does the matter more. His face showed a different set of emotions. Annoyance, disdain, rage, and many more. Then, they were gone, and shifted back towards his calm persona. Persona! Yes, it's a shame we have to meet like this. It's been through the terrible state of events here in Yam City. Crime hasn't been this bad in years. I mean, it is actually what it's a mutant. It's mostly just used for the recordings and to talk with friends. Of which there are serious allegations, with supposed evidence and credibility to back them up, that you are responsible for. Louis pointed out. Louis. I received documents and footage showing illicit storing operation while working inside the City dockyard. Last night, police seized high-tech weapons and dogs from a lavish cargo freighter. According to my sources, they were supposed to go to you. Yeah, sometimes I lose it on the server. But it really is sometimes. Can I see your blood? Check on. Please, Miss Lane. Don't tell me you believe that. What need of weapons and torches? Not my church have. We are peaceful folk, devoted to spiritual enlightenment. And not needless as well as violence. So you say? Yes, your church openly worships a high father of money as compared to Dragon. Because it is Dragon. I don't think I need to remind you of what that being has done in the past. No, I don't have an iPhone, I have an Android. Not because I like it better, just because I have that one. And yet, the allegations keep coming, year after year. And despite your assurances, iPhone and Dragon are one of the same. In addition, I have other sources that tell me your church has, for centuries, ritualized heinous practices, including abuse, forced starvation and isolation, torture, and human sacrifice, among others. I will admit that, in times long since past, our church has shown that in heinous acts in the name of our Lord. Not admitted. But then again, witch children haven't. Witch trials, religious persecution, forced conversion, acts of violence, and many more were done in the name of religion all over the world. Before and now, we move past them, and to hear misguided people assert that we still do, breaks my heart. Thank you very much for even showing up, and yeah, it is 4 AM now, you should really sleep. Have a good night. Let's explain why several of your followers have been linked to various crimes across Yum City these past few weeks. Louis pulled out several pictures of bullet scratches, and blood dried nothing towards them. This one was taken several hours before the abandoned complex was burned to the ground. It was an act of awesome. Someone sabotaged the gas line, and the father killed 20 people while leaving dozens of families destitute. Of the victims was a member of your church, and the corrupt security footage showed that the conveniently disappeared from our cameras prior to tampering. Are you accusing that Mother Jota was responsible for that tragedy? Don't ask, and you're seeping into his voice. I will not stand for the same Lord to win memory. He was a loving father and husband, one whom we all mourn. Saying that he was responsible for this awesome. I am not accusing anything, Louis clarified, merely pointing out the coincidence. I should hope not, Miss Lane, but you don't take too kindly for false accusations. Yes, I am aware of your church's reputation. You are the one who tried to talk negatively about your church, correct? No, the text. But began, pointing his finger accusingly at a stare called Louis Lane. Unless it is infringing upon our constitutional granted right, we will not stand for such lies, and only wish for the truth to come out. So, the thing to sue every media outlet and individual who even thinks about reporting you on your church outside of love peace, count as such. It gives the impression that your church has more lawyers than worshippers. If I remember correctly, did your church finally achieve federal recognition after years of personal lawsuits? Unfortunately, at this interview, they showed my church is still misunderstood and verified. If I don't fight back, the slander and libel would continue. But you can be happy to know that the Daily Planet only wants to report the truth, and will go to analyze to assure it is more to light. Louis smiled, and the two looked nice for several moments. Then, after what seemed like an eternity, all the blood rose to his feet, and nothing is terrible than Romulus. I am afraid I am cutting this discussion short, Miss Lane. This has been no justification. A shame, Louis said as she rose to shake his hand. A formality more than anything. Thank you for taking time to sit with me today. I know we will be meeting each other shortly. Sebastian Blunt said nothing as he turned and walked away, closing the interview room door behind him. Louis and Jimmy and thought stand at the door for a few moments before Louis smiled and turned to face the cameraman. I think that went rather well. I mean, yeah. You have to deny everything. Damn that woman. The blood stole. I see that in the limousine, because in the time after the casino. Deep down, he knew how an interview with the famous Louis Lane of the Daily Planet would go, but he still hoped he could have swayed her to his side. Louis' hope would have been a powerful mood, but it was ultimately a fool's hope. Finally, she outmaneuvered him, plain and simple, but he riled up. Counted his points, with expertly captain Hamilton, and in the end, he still got up and left. He would be sure to note that little detail in the report, and given her tone, he figured she knew more than what she was letting on. After all, he was note again just how close to Louis was the rest of the superior community, especially Superman. The world was closing in. He was feeling it in his bones. The limo finally arrived at his casino, and his driver opened the car door, escorting him to the inside the building. He was greeted by all his followers, hundreds of them, garbed in their ceremonial hoods and kneeling in prayer. They did this every time, the more solid details of their faith coming to light, praying to their high father, the tiger, that the non-believers would turn away. This time, however, Blood knew it wouldn't be enough. My brothers and sisters, was the glad as he walked up to the podium and taking his familiar, priestly facade. What had you so upset? Father, some of them answered, non-believers and heretics threatened to tear down this hall. We pay for salvation. But the blood nodded at the answer, having expected it. Wise words for the mystery at our door. But do not lose hope, for this is all part of the High Father's plan. What do you mean? And asked, confused speaking to a voice. I commune with the High Father. Not having answered all the miracles. He informed me of our grand past, and I shall salvation in his hand. More gas and blood to the table go on to again. You don't mean, someone asked, unable to finish that sentence. I am. Further ritual, salvation is all for all is nigh. Not commanded. It was, God of Scrutiny rose to their feet and bowed before heading into the second ritual chamber. Only one remained, could not beckoned him forward, but they were alone. What news do you have? Yes, it was his body apparently before answering. Birds have started to order a location of the surrounding system, saying there has been a toxic gas leak in the maintenance and other activities. A road, no doubt. They are attacking us, trying to cut off routes of potential escape. Let them come. We can handle the police. Not remarked as he walked to his desk and poured himself a glass of Chardonnay. And the Titans? Resting for the final battle, from what we can tell. I believe they intend to attack soon as the area is evacuated, to try and avoid collateral damage. One can't help but admire the dedication protecting the innocent, but admitted, not solely admiring my quality, came that the force frequently came into conflict with his own. And I'm right, for now. It will be much sweeter than when they fall that way. You could almost imagine the looks on their faces as he smiled wickedly. Of course, father. He was mouthing up, then looked up at his face. What's a favor? We need her for the ritual to succeed. Leave that to me, Don replied. Go, join the others. Soon, my child, we will be saved. He was bowed again, washing up, and then hurried away. But watched him leave, down the rest of his glass, then walked towards a far, expensive door. He opened it with a loud click, letting a candelabra waiting for him on the nearby desk. By grabbing a suitcase, his free hand, and walked down the stairs. Blood entered the cold, damp dungeon. The walls lined with modest swords and rusted iron bars. They were all empty, save for one lit by a pair of candles. A single man, bare to the world and exposing his plentiful cuts and bruises, was held up by iron shackles between his walls. His head hung down, and he stared at his feet, also defeated and broken. Oh, Arthur, dear Arthur, Blood began, pulling the broken man to slowly turn the gaze towards him. His expression was blank, devoid of meaning, but smiled and scared the captives made his face. Arthur began, but Blood began silenced him. Hush now, child. Save your strength. You will need it soon, for I have a mission for you. Arthur yawned, then nodded his head. Of course, father. Anything for you. I am not weird. But replied by paying the captive man. Arthur rubbed his waist together. He was now after a month of confinement. That couldn't have but noticed his muscular appearance. He would need that soon. Blood opened the gate, planting introduction to his captive. Arthur looked inside to see a tablet of black and silver uniform. The yellow arms went into the head, about a chest. He looked back at the doctor at the mother blood in surprise. The hint of humiliation mixed it. My dear Dr. Light, Blood began. How would you like to be the one to make haven? Also, I stared at him for a moment, then smiled. Dr. Light, it is a name drop that I don't know. Oh, it's him. Yeah, I have seen him. I don't remember what he can do or what he does. But I remember seeing him at one point. I can't see it. Well, Theo custom children allowed. Let's go there, open the door. Oh, you are adorable. Good. Crouching down to get closer. Anywho, and who are you supposed to be? I'm a vampire. Other shouted, leaning down right and calling his short black cape to middle. Oh, how fearsome! Calling that, calling the young boy to smile. Then she looked toward the young girl and smiled. And you? I'm a mermaid, he replied bashfully, looking down toward her blue-scaled fin, going her legs and feet. The man could easily see the seam of the tail's fin, allowing her to walk, and let her out. You are a very pretty one, the girl smiled shyly, swaying from side to side, and only then did Corinna turn to face the last girl. She learned the costume immediately, as she could tell was feel a sense of pride and humiliation at her choice of attire. Well, do we have our set of followed Marina here? The girl, led a starfire, smiled badly, and added up two layering green glue sticks in response. Seeing this, Corinna couldn't tell but smiled and laughed, and grabbing her hands. Well done, he said before reaching back inside the Titan's tower and pulling out a large plastic bowl filled with candy. He therefore placed several handfuls into each child's waiting bag, keeping sure to make each allocation expert the wave them off. He should have made back and enjoyed their pants, and Corey watched them leave with a wild smile on her face before closing the door. She sighed contentedly and turned to face White, who was watching the secret teacher leave from the side window. Oh my god, that was adorable! White squealed. Like unexpected action from the former hair. At least it was before the Halloween participants arrived. That's quickly found out something the other members of Team Ruby were already aware of. Right? And the next team weakness to anything considered cute. Hoping chief among them. Just consider asking for candy has become another cute thing for to obsess over. It ended up becoming a total problem after White decided to make it rain candy for the first group of children she had. She went to enter a bucket before Yang could stop her. And at the very least, those were some very happy children. Think how there were no other children, no families now, and the girls heading back towards the main room of the Titan Tower. There instead of the usual sign of teenagers crowding around the flat screen, they saw everyone checking their gear, preparing for the upcoming fight. However, that's Orion had asked as he cleaned the power. One of the machine pistols was disassembled. Here, Ruby answered as she continued the maintenance of the side by side. Homeless won't do anything again to him. What about the coolest? He asked as he enjoyed a few of his meetings. He found what he already knew that one, but he wanted them to say it. Ruby was silent for a moment, but they what to say. But the expert spoke first. As far as I'm concerned, Yang declared, the thing was motivated that they had been trying to smuggle game in the city, and allowed including everything that's happened to us in the past few weeks. Thus, they might have been trying to turn our friend into a VMD. And so, I'm not much in the mood for shoulder blasting. But here comes the problem. They are still human. And we don't have aura. But you can probably just hit them hard enough to not kill them. They are just normal civilians, most of them. He didn't look at the rest of the remnant tears. The looks on their faces told him that they probably agreed with the exact assessment of the situation. He wasn't taught to understand why, even how they were trained and the experiences that led up to this moment. Thinking and other-sided apprehension would be especially certain. Yang, we are not killers, we are better than them, and we will use our blood on them. He said. Yang looked at her for a moment, this time. Fine, but if something happens, I'm not losing any sleep over it. Nick nodded and his answer. They went back to work. Just as he could understand their reasons, why they might consider using little force, he had understand that choosing the employed. It was a more decision to make, although he himself didn't intend to kill any of the cultists, even after everything they have done. He wouldn't force that on anyone else. Victor, how are we looking? I asked, as she carefully repelled Mr. Leicester with vials of fuel. There was silver powder in one of the vials. Nice metal. I don't know how you say ant metal. If you remember correctly. He had been practicing utilizing the substance over her substance. With her substance during her off hours, and he was curious to see how it might perform on the field. If shell is still powered out, you wouldn't think that so much information would be inside the tiny interval, and you would be right. If anything involved into getting allowed us to step into some further entire network. So that's why it's taking so long. So I said, as she carefully tinkered with a few grenades. This between herself and the rest of the hero was much more pronounced and noticeable. The hard-line barrier Simon had erected around her was trying to ease everyone's concern about the Grenadier. Yup, Victor replied. Also, we just got word from Lola. She's on the way out right now. ETA is about 3 hours. And the brief the month has on, and next week I heard her champagne croissant over the phone. What about the evocation? She asked, and Victor nodded. Going well, north and west side of Cathedral have been evocated, and south and east portions merely in a few hours. I wanted to go outside before the evocation is over. He commanded his not for wanting to go outside, but no less understood. What about blood? And this Victor frowned. How to say? There is me blood for security, but from what I can see, he and the entire church are had nothing in the cathedral. That worries me. Either our plan worked perfectly, or he knows what we are doing, and is preparing for a fight. We are finished. The Victor didn't enter the testament, and the right motion frowned. He then looked at Nick, who himself was frowning in thought. He came to a decision. We can't risk it, he said. I want as soon as we are heading out. Go get table, please. All in news. Garfield replied as he walked out of the room, and up the stairs. The voices and sound of his friend disappeared behind him. In the corner he quickly found himself walking to was silent. He wouldn't have but all of his thoughts to ruminate. They were taking a big risk, practicing and staying like they were. In fact, and on both sides of this entire conflict were planning around the other plans multiple times. At the same time, like a giant game of chess, with the city itself and the world. Garfield knew they would win, and they always did. But he still felt that if Blood's plan come to fruition, the result would be disastrous. He's not going to win, he thought as he reached his destination. I went home. It was marked by silence and dark purple rainbow. Its wings turned in on itself. The expression fit him in the middle almost perfectly. He was so focused on keeping himself contained, practicing discipline. Garfield couldn't help but think that part of Nick's desire So I said what to have keep everyone's emotion in check. If I time to compress. Hey, it's me. Open the door. As he gently knocked on the door, he waited for a response, and for the door to open automatically. He saw Raven's room was dark, then only by a few seconds together. Books and tones were neatly stacked across the wooden desk, bookcases. The room was even brought together imagery, create a hot topic. At the very least, you think it takes solid that the room remained intact. The only thing he couldn't find was Raven herself. She was nowhere to be seen, and for a moment, she was alarmed until she saw a small, a mirror resting on the pillow. He recognized that object instantly, and he liked to think that it was the thought of him, and they were becoming friends. Now, should I stay or should I go? He wondered, tapping his finger across his chin. Gavin looked back into the hall, pondering his options. On the one hand, Raven wouldn't necessarily appreciate him using the mirror to go into her mind once again. As she had made abundantly clear after the first and only one time, yes, time was of the essence. He decided to make a compromise, walked over to it, and sat down on her bed. Hey, it's Miriam, Gopher called out. I know you remember anything and all, but... The smell of magical energy reaching out from the mirror attracted him. Before he could even shake, magic pulled him inside. The dark swirling mess enveloped him. And the next thing he knew, he was inside the sage and familiar landscape. The sky was a deep, dark purple, with black clouds chasing across the void. There were no plants, no any sign of life at all, yet at the same time it felt peaceful and serene. He looked at the structure he found himself in, and found it was an open-air temple complex. 5 pillars, forming a circle on top of a floating mass of rock. The center of the temple was a white spiral stone, rising up from the outer end into a floating ring a few feet above him. Rather than simply flying up, Gavin calmly walked up to the floating staircase, where he found Raven floating in the very center, deep in her meditation. Around her were 8 different colored copies of Raven, each representing a different emotion. Emotion clothes. As he inside electrical them. Immediately, the green-skinned boy couldn't have quite wrapped his head around why Raven's head was living in a Pixar movie, or one's personality could be split about like this. But he wasn't going to question it further. I know the reference. Hey, sorry for barging in, Miss Boy called out quietly. It kinda pulled me in. I know, Raven sighed. Then meditation. I'm the one who pulled you in. Oh? Thank you? Gavin was not sure, and the pink erotic cologne got into his pulse. So he Raven ceased her meditation, rising to herself and standing up onto the legs. One by one, the rest of erotic cologne in the way, back to the separate in the ways. Being unpreparing at him the most fondly, but her hand was suddenly retained, even as she disappeared. You can relax, Raven told him. Gavin let out a brain. Let out a breath. He didn't know he was holding. Phew! That's good to hear. You know, the last time I was here, things didn't go well. It wasn't all bad, Raven admitted with a shark. You and I became friends because of it. True, he replied. The most serious smile. After a moment, Miss Boy snapped back to reality. Oh yeah, I wanted me to get you. We are pushing up to the timetable, not by me expecting yours, and he wants to reduce the risk. Before he even said anything, he could see, no, hear. How she told about the news. John Papa gave way to her roaring temper. So wind that had to rape him from the ground, but almost as soon as it appeared, it was gone. Again, he was extending herself, and meanwhile hitting the fact that Haven had to do this every waking moment of her life. I see, Haven calmly said. Then I guess we should get going. He prepared to run the bottle, and Garfield stopped her, with outside hand, resting on her shoulder. Haven, wait, he began, and rest of herself. Are you alright? Really? I'm fine, Garfield, Haven insisted, putting empty hand on her shoulder. You just have to play a song to me, hey? He declared, and moved and started into the other's eye. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, he resigned and settled down. I hate this, Haven declared, voiced over. Miss Murray sat down next to her and allowed her to continue. After a minute, every second of every day in my life, I have to keep myself bottled up, knowing that if I lose control for an instant, my love will pay the price. Haven, Garfield inquired again. You don't have to bottle yourself up on a account. We are your friends, and no matter what, we are here for you. That's the thing though. I do know that fundamentally, but at the same time, the fear just keeps creeping in, going at me. Especially now. Everything that Blood has done lately, the crime wave, the shame, the bumble, all of that was for me. He's trying to make me lose control. I know it. Then, don't let him. The officer suggested. I said it once and I will say it again. You are the strongest person I know, Raymond. Anyone else in your position could have simply hidden away and helped. Instead, you not only stood against your father on multiple occasions, you have acted worked to ensure nothing he does can get to you. To do those powers was you were described to me as being evil and turned up into positive good. I can't even count how many people you have saved. So, don't count yourself out, Raven. You have always been stronger than you think. Raven looked at him for a long pause. Then she smiled, and the words around them grew a bit better. Thank you, Garfield. I needed that. He admitted. I should also repeat. Laughing Garfield up to it. Oh god. Good thing that there's a teammate coming up. You know, I think my girl's coming off on you a bit. Don't tell her that, Harold, as Haven prepared to stop them away. You didn't hear it from me, but she had a bit of ego. Harold laughed at the joke, the world becoming even brighter and they found happily back to her home. Calming herself, Haven carefully placed the mirror inside the nightstand drawer, then turned to face their friend once again. The two looked at each other, wondering what they want to say next. Garfield, he began, emotion swelling inside of her. Garfield looked at her with his ever-present different expression. He moved to speak, only for her suddenly to scream at her. Garfield noticed the change in her, and moved towards what's wrong. He never got the chance, as he was in case, the most of them in protecting his fear of magic, and then everything exploded in the wall into a white ball of light. Oh, we are having a cliffhanger. Something attacked them. That means, yeah, we are around halfway. Good. And that is actually good. We are around halfway of the chapter. So let me see where we are. And next time we can actually continue from here. You are not even safe in your own safe place, it seems. But yeah, that was the last of the happy music for now. Because me ending, I heard my voice cracking multiple times, and my tone is talking a little bit. That was a little bit long because I had a 3 hour long training session in the morning, and then I did some easy study, and then now I did this. If we count that altogether, that is almost like 10 hours of constant speaking. It's a little bit much, especially since in the surgery that I had. But yeah, next time we will be continuing with the text of whatever it is. Probably Dragon. Or Demon. No, wait. It has to be Mr. Light or Dr. Light. I don't know how he came into this space, but he's here. It should make no, wait. They are right in the room. Okay, I missed that. They are not in the mirror anymore. Good. So this guy is inside the tower at the moment. But now we are ending. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye. That's around the same length of what we do in the other thing 2 or 3 hours, because there's a lot of discussion we do doing that. So we had the whole training session. So we're in around the same amount during the 3 hours as I did in 1 hour right now. Fun, right? But yeah, see you guys next time.